Many times there is a disconnect between the stories we tell ourselves about reality and reality itself. That is the description from Nothing More's Johnny Hawkins and the strong basis of what defines the overall messages behind the band's sophomore album, The Stories We Tell Ourselves. After 2014's extremely successful self-titled debut, Nothing More have expectations to live up to. What sets apart a band like Nothing More from other groups in the current rock scene are several distinct qualities, one of which being their directly introspective writing throughout almost all of their music. There are lyrics specifically meant to make you think while listening to some extremely rhythmic and creative songs. The Stories We Tell Ourselves is meant to hit you hard, but not in the same gut-punch headbang style that some may expect. The band has undeniably won people over through consistent airplay on FM and XM radio, as well as earning fans through their energetic concerts and Monster Energy Festival appearances. The difference, though, is both of these instances are intended for the full frontal attack, as this new album is meant to have a slow burn and stick with you for a long time. Hawkins explained in the album press release, "The Stories We Tell Ourselves is an introspective journey from the first song to the last. Making this album helped me stay tethered to reality as I navigated through challenges in my personal life. I believe it will do the same for others. Like I said before, this album is meant to stick with you." Through a massive amount of support from fans on Pledge Music to help make the new album, it's clear that Nothing More have reached many people through their music after the full-length debut. While I enjoy the singles that were released early from The Stories We Tell Ourselves, it wasn't until I heard them with the rest of the album that I realized that the fans of the self-titled debut would have their expectations met with the new album. The two singles, Go to War and Don't Stop, have a different sound but both work in different ways. Johnny Hawkins has a unique vocal delivery that can work in a slow and melodic delivery as well as a fierce shout. The chorus of Go to War stands out with a heavy percussion and is an example of what Hawkins explained as writing something connecting with reality. The men in Nothing More, I feel, are extremely underrated as individual musicians. All of the band members are talented at multiple instruments, which you can catch at their live show, but it stands out on this album big time. Some of the bass from Danny Oliver is the best I've heard in a long time. There are bass lines and slaps that are perfectly mixed and so quick it's hard to figure out how he does it. When you see 18 tracks across an hour, it may seem daunting, but it goes by fast and you are given a lot to immerse yourself in. Songs like Do You Really Want It, Let 'Em Burn, Funny Little Creatures, and Who We Are have some of the catchiest rhythms and strong hooks that I've heard all year. Hawkins' vocals seal the deal in every one of these. I heard some of these songs live from the album back in April, including Don't Stop and Let 'Em Burn. I loved the live performances, but I appreciate them much more now in the studio session. In both the faster tracks and the slower, deeper songs like Still in Love, Just Say When, and the amazing closer Fade In, Fade Out, the mixing and delivery is fantastic. Like the song Pyre and the self-titled that included the speech by Alan Watts, The Story We Tell Ourselves includes more of these speeches placed in short segments as connecting interludes, and it works seamlessly with the music. It's worth pointing out because some bands try to work interludes in and they are either annoying or needless. Nothing More made them mean something. There is a different feel from the singles that you're going to hear on the air from some of the other slower tracks and especially the album closer, but every song feels like it connects together and belongs in the album. Every second feels like it means something, and it makes you realize you are hearing a band who is still young that is completely living up to their potential. I stand by that Nothing More is a band that needs to be experienced live, and the music from this album should sway you to do that much more so. It's hard for a young band to live up to expectations from a strong debut, but these men from San Antonio, in my opinion, have exceeded what many people could hope for in a band to keep following. Overall, The Stories We Tell Ourselves continues and pushes forward a thought-provoking ideology with creative rock. If you are tired of the standard formula of bro metal and generic rock guitar solos, then you owe it to yourself to give Nothing More a chance, because this is an album that needs to be heard by as many rock lovers as possible.